I feel like this went from mental health to like just rant because there's so much that I don't even know like what I'm supposed to be focusing on.
I feel almost like I'm burnt out on life.
Welcome to the Alyssa and Julian Podcast.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Julian, and this is
the Alyssa and Julian Podcast. I was wondering where you were.
I dropped out for a second because I was trying to like get on the same page as you, and it didn't work out. But on that same token, while we're talking about the Alyssa and Julian Podcast, leave us some ideas. We want to come up with a podcast name, an official name.
Julian wants to change the podcast name.
Right. I feel like we need like a really cool name. Like I watched the Unfiltered Podcast, or I watched Uninterrupted, or what's the other one? Crap. The athlete one. I Am Athlete Podcast. That one is sick, bro. That one is
Athlete.
That one is sick. I'm trying to think. Oh, the Editing Podcast. How could I forget? Shout out to the Editing Podcast. Hayden Hiller Smith. It's not Hayden Hiller Smith, and I forget the guy he's doing it with. It's not, their names, the podcast. You know what I mean? I think we need a name. Sorry, that's just me.
It would depend on what the name is.
Well, it also
if I fall in love with it, I could be like, yo, yeah, we're changing.
It also depends on what our niche is. Like, what would you say our niche is?
Anything and everything.
What if it's the Reaction Podcast?
No, because we don't react.
No, but we talk about reaction in our reactions.
We don't.
We do. We talked about our reactions in our podcast before.
I'm not feeling
Speaking of our reactions, shout out to you guys for the love you've been giving us. Literally, it's probably Monday. I don't want to even guess how many views that the George video is at right now.
Oh my God.
Like, the George video got 8,000 views in the first 24 hours of being uploaded.
Big facts. So it is Thursday when we're recording this. Mm-hmm. It's at 8K in 1 day, 21 hours.
Oh, sorry.
So it hasn't even been 2 days yet. It hasn't even been a full.
Yeah. Jeez. And that is by far our best performing video ever. And then while that's going on, we had the Black Panther video that went sick. That video is doing what, like 2K, right?
It's at 2.3K.
So shout out to you guys for the love, man. And then while all that's happening, we get Alex Wasabi commenting on our video. So literally so much good stuff happened at one point.
I didn't know if it was real.
Yes, I didn't either. At one point, so much good stuff happened for our channel, and it was just so surreal. So thank you guys. You guys are sick. I appreciate it.
That's insane.
Definitely. And you know what? I just want to keep going. Like, it inspires me to just make more because it means we're doing the right thing.
Now I'm looking at these just to see numbers, but I started like reading some of the comments because I tried to find the comment on the Alex Wasabi one, and I was like, oh, that comment's funny.
Yeah. That's where we're at. I appreciate you guys. Let's go right into the intentions of the week, though.
What are your intentions?
Wow. I didn't even really think about this before I got here.
Mine, while you think,
go ahead,
are gonna be kind of one and the same because all these weeks are gonna start to blend together. Because I think last week I had talked about us moving in, that I need to unpack. So I didn't unpack. Julian literally took my clothes out of the boxes and just put them in a pile by the washer so that I could wash them all. So it kind of forced me to just throw them in there. So my thing is going to be to like organize all that. We have a new dresser coming. We have to organize all the clothes because we also have one closet. So we basically share a closet. So I have to organize all this stuff and then probably just like clean because like once everything's off the floor, like I need a vacuum so bad.
Yes, definitely.
I'm just staring and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. For me, I don't know. I mean, I really want to. I think I want to get back on. I know exactly what I need to do. I need to get back on a recording and uploading schedule. I was doing so good with that early on in the year, and I fell off of that so hard. But I really want to like plan out because I know the day I want to upload. I think I want to change the day I uploaded because I used to do Mondays. But I think I want to upload on Thursdays. I feel like it makes sense. I've been doing that. We
already do like a whole YouTube day on Thursday. You might as well just stick with it.
Well, not even just that. I think actually you had a good point there. I think I will record on Thursday, but while I'm recording on Thursday, I already have a video going up on Thursday.
Oh, that'd be dope.
I think that's the move, because Thursdays we don't really upload on our channel, so it's like the day where we don't upload on our channel, we can have a video going out.
We really don't do anything. Well, okay, I don't want to say we don't do anything.
I'm about to say Thursday.
No, because we wait with it starts at 8. Because like we stream at 8 p.m. now every Thursday Eastern time. So we have the whole day until 8 p.m. Then we stream for an hour. We literally just got off stream, and then we record the podcast. So literally, what?
I love 8 p.m. so much more. Sorry to all my 5 p.m. people.
It is pretty nice, because I feel like 5 just kind of breaks up the day, and then afterwards I'm like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I'm kind of tapped after that. Like, I try to do everything before 5, stream, and then literally 6 on, I'm like,
literally,
we chilling or what?
It gives me so much more freedom
because we don't record like after the stream. I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day. Like, we did what we had to do. Yeah. So it's so nice to be able to wake up and just have the whole day, because now it's like 8 to 9 is stream, 9 to maybe like 10ish is podcast, and then after that, like, it's take a shower, go to bed. So
shout out to everybody who voted 8 p.m. because if you did, you're clutch. I appreciate it.
It's actually been working out so nice.
Oh, also, can I add to my intention of the week? I mean, it may not work for this week. This is just for this weekend, like the weekend before this release. I want to learn how to edit a multicam sequence, because I talked to somebody who works with works for the company who makes the editing software that I'm using, and they told me that there's a way easier way to edit the podcast than what I was doing. I was doing way more work than I had to do.
Really?
Yes. So I want to learn. I need to take the time to learn how to do that. That's my goal. I'm going to take the time to learn how to do that.
I missed that meeting.
Yeah. When he told me that, I was like, really?
I was working, so I missed that meeting. But then I literally came home and he was in the middle of it, but he was sitting with baby boy, so I had to take him into another room. I wanted to like stand and awkwardly listen, but I was like, oh, gotta go.
Nah, you didn't miss much. I mean,
but what I was saying, I don't even think I got to what I was going for.
I definitely cut you off.
But that means you have literally all day Thursday. Like, your upload might even be like scheduled by Wednesday, so Thursday is literally just uploading on its own.
Yeah.
If you're that far like into it and like edited it during the week, that on Thursday you literally have all day to be filming a new video.
Well, the other thing I love, man, is I love having all week to edit my video. Like, I've been loving that because I'm getting so much more in depth on like every aspect of my YouTube video. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but I edit everything now. I edit every single clip's color.
I always watch him do the coloring edit, and I'm always like, oh.
I edit every single clip's color.
So
I edit the audio now on a different level than I was doing before.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really trying to hone in on audio and learn audio.
I'm always just intrigued by your color that I get distracted by everything else. Like, I'll see him like click it, and I'm like, holy.
Yeah, the Sony camera is amazing. I'm really putting it to use, and I love it. But I want to get better, and I've been listening to this editing podcast, and it's really inspired me to really like master my craft and become really good at it. And not in a sense of flair either. Like, I realized that like maybe having that After Effects thing isn't really my thing, because I'm not really like a fan of After Effects and doing all that stuff. My biggest asset is knowing when to cut in storytelling. Okay. And like, I watched their podcast and they talked about, I'm talking about the editing podcast, guys, by the way. If you're an editor out there, you definitely should listen to it. But they talk about knowing when to cut. And they pointed to some really like jarring scenes where like they were begging the editor to cut.
Really?
I want you to hear it. It was the craziest thing to me.
They're like going at it.
And you don't even notice. Like, when you watch a movie, you don't realize that like it's the same software that you're in when you're editing a video. Like,
oh my God, I can't even imagine a movie.
You're doing the same. They're doing the same thing, but just on a higher scale.
10-minute video, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And they're doing a whole like hour and a half. They actually probably have more footage than that they cut out.
More footage, more CGI effects.
God,
like, there's so many levels to it. But they talk about the difference between YouTube creating and film creating, and in that I learned a lot from just watching like 2 hours worth of podcasts on there. And I also confirmed what you said.
I literally had I've noticed that like sit down videos for me are not it. Like, recording is okay, editing
See, I don't mind editing your sit-down videos.
Literally, Julian edited, because if you go on my channel, I had a labor and delivery story. I started editing that, and then I almost want to say, like, I gave up because it was so in-depth for a sit-down video. Like, there's not much going on. It's literally just talking, and you have to, like, think, like, when to cut and all this stuff. That Julian finished that video for me.
I did that video.
And it went up, like, 2 months late.
And then I did the Dunkin' video, too.
Yo, yeah, there's a Dunkin' taste test. Yeah, that one I don't think I touched. And
Sometimes I think about those videos I did and I realize, like, there's so many things I could do better. And that's what I love. Like, that's what I mean by, like, wanting to get on that schedule. Because if I improve 1% every single video, I'm going to be on a whole other level.
It'll be crazy.
Oh, and I start the Creator Now Bootcamp.
Oh, yeah. That starts soon.
Yeah, I want to say the 13th.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was going to say the 15th.
13th or 14th. It might be the 15th.
We were close.
No, you were right. I think it's the 15th because it's the day before I go to the Giants game. So it's the 15th. But the Creator Now Bootcamp, I feel like is going to be game-changing for me. I'm so glad, like, I bought that. Like, I'm so excited to really just dive in. And because I feel like my personal channel has so much potential. And mainly because I get to show so much of my creativity over there and just really have fun.
I'm about to look.
What am I at? 278.
278.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I've been having a lot of fun with creating shorts and creating videos over there. Like, I think that channel's my baby. Like, I used to think my old gaming channel was my baby, but like that channel is like my thing. I love it.
That's awesome.
It's so much fun, dude.
That's awesome.
It gets me excited. Like, even right now, I'm thinking of ideas.
He's like, guys, I gotta cut the podcast. Gotta go record back.
right. I don't know. But that's why I want to get on a back. That's why that's my intention, because I want to, have ideas planned so I don't have to like scramble and be like, what am I gonna record? What am I gonna upload? Because that messes with my mental health, which is what we're gonna talk about.
You got to go back into brainstorm. Mm-hmm. We haven't had a brainstorming thing in so long.
Literally, we got to do those. Actually, we should do it after the podcast.
I literally like took out those notebooks the other day. In one of the boxes I unpacked, and I was like, "Oh, I haven't been in here in a while." I pulled out like my planner, and I was like,
"We used to sit and do 15-minute brainstorm sessions per channel. That was like the best thing."
And we have like,
3. We did 3. We did yours, mine,
and the podcast. No, in the reaction.
In the reaction, yeah.
Now we have a podcast.
I think we need to go back to doing that because, like, there's so many things I want to do to improve our content, and it doesn't involve spending money.
I probably should do mine. I keep posting, like, I've posted stories to get people's, like, opinions on stuff, and I literally haven't followed through with any of that. So these people are probably, like, either waiting or they're like, I'm not answering you anymore. You're not doing anything with it.
We're tired of you, Alyssa. Stop posting this stuff.
One day I'm just going to sit and record, like, 6 different videos.
Yeah. Well, I also want to start having guests on here. So, like, I know that came out of nowhere, but I also want to start having guests on here. So I want to definitely take time and add this channel onto the planning, because I want, like, the name idea. Like, I want to give us a name and an identity as the podcast. I want the podcast to have its own identity so that, like, when we have guests on, they could be like, yeah, I was on blah, blah, blah.
Couch vibe. Sorry.
That gave me a name idea. Well, we could probably play off of the whole couch thing for the name. Oh.
Maybe, we'll see.
Oh, what if we made it like a lazy vibe?
Oh, no.
No?
I don't like that.
Okay, never mind. Guys, she just shot my idea down so fast. Forget that. So if you had any lazy ideas, don't put it, because Alyssa says nah.
Okay, anyway, streaming platform.
What are we on?
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Apple Music, anywhere you get your podcast, anywhere you stream your podcast. On YouTube, search up Alyssa Julian Podcast. You can watch us if you'd prefer to watch a podcast.
Actually, the video form is on Spotify as well, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, you can watch the video on Spotify, I'm pretty sure. Why
didn't no one tell me this?
I upload the video to Spotify. I'm not sure if it...
What?
If it, like, someone told me you could watch video podcasts on Spotify. Ever since they told me that, I've been uploading the MP4 file.
Someone confirm or deny.
But yeah, definitely let me know. Actually, I should probably just look myself too. But let me know if you if you could see the video on Spotify.
What?
I heard that and I was like, no way, man.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I wish I knew that.
That's so fire.
All right. So today's topic is a little more in depth.
Yeah, last week we
Deep.
went fun for y'all. This week
however
we're
you want
going
to put it.
serious.
We came back fun, then we jumped into serious real quick. Today we're going to kind of talk about mental health. I feel like both Julian and I have been on a roller coaster lately, separately, mentally. If that even made
and
sense.
for all different reasons. All
Yeah,
different
like, and it's just I don't know, like, it's like on and off depending on like who gets the day.
Yeah,
You were yesterday, so I have today.
definitely.
You want to start?
I was about to say, do you want to start? I mean, I'll start. I mean, it's hard to talk about. I mean, because like people see one side of it and they don't see the other. So like, I stress myself out so bad, you know. And I think there's no one in this world that could put more pressure on me than me, and I feel like with everything we went through with the move, everything we went through with selling our house and just not being able to create, but also kind of not having a home, really kind of weighed on me. That was definitely a struggle because for me, we had to go like 10 days without uploading with no way to tell people what was going on. And like that, I said it in one of my videos, like I really had a hard time with that because I feel like I need to create. Like I feel like I have to be a creator, and I feel like it's so weird to say, but I feel almost like I'm burnt out on life. You know, like I feel
like that sometimes.
I feel like I'm burnt out on life.
That's just it sometimes.
But it's so weird because you put a camera in front of me and like I get excited again. So like
it definitely like there's things that, because I could be the same way. I'd be so like meh, and then it's something like I don't even know how to explain it for me, but like something, and then you're like, oh, okay, and then all of a sudden that stops or goes away, and you're like, oh, like
literally,
you're back
like,
in like your.
I feel like I've definitely got to a point where I was burnt out on life and I wanted to get back into filming, which is why I film like a ton of videos in a short burst of time because I missed creating, and so many things got me excited. Like we got a new software that was gifted to us. Shout out to DaVinci Resolve. Like Blackmagic gave us DaVinci Resolve to try out, and that really helped me out because it gave me a spark to want to create again. And because it's so weird because the one thing that could bring you out of your like mental state, you're like, I don't want to say afraid to do, but you're so blah that you don't do it because you're like,
You just don't care at that point.
yeah, you're
And
already
it's
so far
hard
gone.
I would say
like,
it's so hard to snap out of it sometimes.
You're so far gone that you're like, but sometimes you just need a little push to get out of it.
Right.
Well, at least for me. But then I feel like the other thing that really gets to me is money. And you guys see the side of me spending money, but like it's so bad because I spend money, right? But then when I'm broke, I feel like garbage. Like I have to, I know this about myself. I have to stop. But like, if I don't have any money in my pocket, I feel legit garbage. Like, unless I know I'm good financially, like I feel like a failure. Like, and it's like night and day. And the reason why this was weighed on me so heavily, guys, is we had to like, we had no home. So we had to like take all of our money in our pocket and really just like buy hotel rooms. We went to 2 different hotel rooms, stayed at my grandmother's house because we were waiting for our home to sell, which took other money that we had, and basically just, and then on top of that, you want to tell them what you did?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. On top of that, Alyssa popped 2 of my tires, which costed a lot of money.
Allegedly popped
So
2 of his tires on the same side of the car.
Yeah, good job. Good job. But
so basically, no, let's give good context. So when did we move out? 28th?
Did we move on the 28th?
Well,
the 28th of what? August? I mean,
so we moved out August 28th. We had to get a hotel room until we stayed until
the first. The first, because the second we got on the plane.
Right. Okay, so we stayed in on the 1st. We left on the 1st and stayed at his grandmother's until 2 in the morning on the 1st so that we could drive to the airport. Went to Florida from the 2nd to the 5th. Came home, and we drove from the airport to this new place and literally walked into just everything scattered in separate rooms. It wasn't even in the room it had to be unpacked in.
Mind
so
you,
then we had to move it to that room. Like,
can I talk about the crazy mental health part about this? Mind you, this is now so before even coming back home, we're penny pinching in Florida. Like, I'm with all these big time creators, they're having fun, we're having fun, we're loving life. Meanwhile, I'm penny pinching in Florida.
we thought
Like,
the house was going to go through before we went to Florida.
it was supposed to be done by the time we went to Florida. Now we come back.
Then it was supposed to be done. So there was an extension, whatever happened, whatever. It was supposed to be done when we got back.
Right.
And it didn't end up being done until we were like 1 or 2 weeks moved in here.
2 or 3 weeks. It was closer
So
to 3
even
weeks when we
farther.
moved in here. And so now, guess what? You got to pay your new rent. You got to pay your new security. So I'm over here penny pinching with that. Penny pinching in Florida. Scraping by with these hotel rooms. And it's just like, it weighs on me mentally because I'm just like, dude, like,
It's stressful.
if you really think about it, that's a lot of money, man. Like, all at once. And then nobody had clear timelines.
Right. I was just going to say, so with that whole thing, like the hotel rooms could have been like a no-go. Like we could have skipped that whole part.
Yeah, and
But
we didn't even have to move
know.
in here. We could have saved money. We could have, not saying we didn't have to move here at all, but we could have like, and this is the other annoying part, we could have had videos going up that whole time.
Right.
Because we could have stayed in our place. We could have been uploading. We could have been saving money, like, and got prorated or something on our new place.
With everything going on, we didn't even have time to like, because we were going to maybe batch record and at least have something going
Right.
up for you guys, whether it be old videos or I don't know, something. But we didn't even have time for that. So like, we're sitting here like, okay, when we get back, like we have this video and this video and this, like all these videos that we need to like keep up with and start back again. So like mentally you're thinking of like, okay, we gotta move in. First of all, we had to set up at least the bassinet for the baby and our bed so we had somewhere to sleep. So that was first thing, but we had to like unbury all of that, move everything out of the way to put those in. Then we're like, okay, so like what about moving in? Okay, what about YouTube? Okay, we need to figure out like this stuff because we didn't have everything unpacked. So then we're worrying about food. We had no food here because obviously we weren't even fully moved in yet. So we come back to no food, no drinks, like nothing in this place.
And then on top of all that, right? So back to the whole money theme, right? This is just like a whole insight to my life. Now, what I do for money when she goes to work, I stay home with our son, and then when she comes home, I tend to drive and do like Uber, DoorDash, Instacart, and things like that to kind of make some extra money around here. It's a new market now. Like, it's a whole new
You're in a
world.
whole new place.
I had to learn that stuff, and a lot of things were very different from where we were living before because this is more lively. Busy times are different. Things are
Busy days.
busy late on in the evening, and like, if y'all ever been with a kid all day long, y'all know, man, that mess is exhausting. Like, homie wakes up at like 6 a.m. sometimes. Like, he sleeps good. Like, you know, most times it's till like 8:30. But then during the day, like, if he's cranky, if he's like moody, it's just a lot of work. So like, your boy be exhausted sometimes. I'm not trying to be going out at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's when a lot of this stuff is busy out here. So like, a lot of that was weighing on me mentally too, because now I'm like, dang, so I'm out here with no money, and I don't know when my money's coming in, and I don't know how to go make it because I don't know the schedule to go make it. It was stressful, man. Like, I legit was stressed out. I'm doing a lot better now, but I legit was stressed out. And I think, on top of that, my move, let's go back even further. My move, because it was on such short notice, I can only get me and my mother to help me move this place. So needless to say, I broke like 2 or 3 of my monitors in the move.
He ended up taking not one of mine. I only had one. He ended up taking mine just to have the dual, and then we had to buy another one.
Right. And at some point I'm going to get another one. But right now with everything, I just held off on that. But Now, like, here we are with, like, you know, this move going on. It's just me doing it. And then you come to tell me, like, later on, oh, you didn't even have to do that.
Right.
And
we went through that whole thing. I literally went to work and left after working like 2 or 3 hours because we didn't have
freaking out.
anyone.
I was
Yeah, he was
freaking out.
like blowing up my phone at work, and I was so like, I was stressed like for him. Like I literally was like, I can't be here anymore. Like I'm not here. Like I'm worrying about home and all this stuff and trying to move and all this.
I cut my hand. I was like gushing blood at one point because I cut my hand. I dropped the monitor and broke it. Like I was like so messed up. Like my mom was like, calm down, it's okay. So not to mention, like, you may think, oh, you got you and your mom doing it, like that's probably fine. No, don't forget, I have a 6-month-old home with me. So like it's me, my mom, and the 6-month-old. So guess what my mom has to do most of this time? She has to watch the baby because the baby isn't going to just sit there and say, oh, y'all got to move. I'm going to just sit here and be patient.
There's so much stuff being moved that there was nowhere for him to go.
Not even just that, but it's just like, he's a baby. He's not going to sit here and say, oh, y'all got to move stuff. I won't be hungry till y'all done. I won't eat till y'all done. Like, homie's still at his 4-hour schedule going to be like, where's my bottle at? I need my nap. Like, what's up?
Meanwhile, remember, we're packing all of that as well. Like,
yeah. So, like, it got to be so much. And like I said, I'm doing better now. I'm in a way better place than I was. Because let me tell you, your boy needed help, especially like during that time, man. I was having such a crazy hard time. Like I feel like I'm really like finally starting to get to a place where like I'm getting settled, I'm getting calm again, and I'm getting into my flow. Like I'm starting to feel like a boss again.
Hey.
So that's always my thing. Like I like to have confidence. Like when I do stuff, I like to have my confidence knowing that I'm going to be successful, knowing I'm going to be okay. And for the longest time, I didn't feel okay. And I have a saying. I always say, like, no one's coming to save you. Like, you have to do it yourself. Now, that may be, that's constructive, but a lot of times it's very destructive because what it says is no one's here to help you. You got to do this on your own. And I want y'all to know, like, if you're not ready for that amount of pressure, don't tell yourself that. Because like literally the amount of pressure that puts on you, because now you're saying, think about it, you're saying no one's coming to help you, but you have a family that you have to support. So it's like no one's coming to help you or the other 2 people you got with you. So you got to figure it out for 3 people. And it may not even be the case. Like she might be good, but I don't know that in my brain. My brain doesn't think like that. My brain just says, there's 3 of us. I got to figure it out for all 3 of us. I'm stressed out. So,
right.
Like I said, I'm feeling better now. Things are good. I'm vibing. I feel like, again, like I'm getting a flow. Life is starting to make sense again. And
it's starting to get back on track. Not fully there.
I'm starting to get back into the like idea of having fun. Like I'm really subscribing to the idea of just having fun and really enjoying the journey. I was talking to somebody about that today.
That's when you know you're a YouTuber.
What do you mean?
You said I'm subscribing.
I'm
subscribing to the idea of having fun. Who says that?
Because like it's so hard. You might hear people talk about it like I'm that guy that's like, here's what I want. Here's what I want to do. Funny. I want to get it done right away. I don't have time to wait. I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, you know what? Maybe I do have time to wait. I can wait. And I will wait. We're going to work until we get this done. So how about you? What's going on with you?
Well, I don't even know. I feel like combined with moving and I didn't take the time off because like we said, no one even knew. So I feel like if I would have taken like a week off for like vacation time, I would have been not even needed because I would have had the week off and we would have been like moving the week after or something like that.
Yeah, you would have missed the window.
It would have been but I can't last minute be like, hey, I need this week off. Like someone needs to fill all my shifts. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I've been working. So I'm trying to like move in on top of work. And then like Julian said, I'm trying to come home and take basically take the baby like for the rest of the night, because so he can go out and work and all this stuff. But then I'm trying to like unpack and do all this stuff, and then like later in the night, if he could, like when he comes home, it's YouTube we have to record, or like tonight there's the stream, there's the podcast. Like I feel like there's always so much going on that my mind has just been like shutting down, because there's so much that I don't even know like what I'm supposed to be focusing on. Like, should I be doing this or should I be doing this? That all of a sudden I'm just like, nope, like overdrive, like it's shutting down. So I know lately it's been really bad. Like lately there's been nights where I'm just like complete shutdown, don't want to do anything. Like nothing's happening. I know I had a night like the other night, it was just really bad. We didn't even upload, like reactions were basically like canceled for the night. Like I'd be lying if I said I haven't had some like nights where I'm going to bed like crying just because I'm so like overwhelmed almost. Like I don't know how to explain it.
I feel like you did.
I've definitely had like 2 nights lately in the same week.
I feel like you just explained it though. Like you're overwhelmed, and that's like
it's so bad. So I feel like it's like all that combined. I feel like it's mostly like work and then coming home trying to unpack. But now my drive is longer than it was, so I feel like on the drive home, so like if I leave, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to do stuff, and then the drive just like I sizzle out. So by the time I get home, I'm like, oh, I need to get that momentum back. And then it's like taking care of little man, like if he needs a bottle, like diaper change, all this stuff. I don't know. I feel like my days are so much easier when I'm off. Like today, I feel like I didn't get a lot done, but I felt like really productive. Like I tried to do cleaning the kitchen. I did so much laundry, gave him a bath all while he was trying to work. So stuff I don't normally do or like want to do because I'm so burnt out by the time I get home. So today I was like, wow, like today's been amazing. Like it's been so good. And then I'm like, I want this all the time, but like we're not at the point where I can just be home, like where we could both be home. So like now tomorrow I'm like, dang, I gotta go back to work.
that's the grind, man.
I don't know if you can relate to this. Mm-hmm. Coming with the fact that you graduated college with a journalism degree.
Hey.
Have you ever wanted to write but don't know what to write about?
Definitely. That was one of the hardest things about journalism school, actually.
Really?
Yeah, coming up with a story was so hard.
I feel like I've been wanting to, like, not that I need something, but like this is where like my problem is that like sometimes I feel like I just need to write or want to write, and I feel like I need something to write about. Like, but I feel like if I just open a notebook and start going, like that's what's supposed to happen. Like it's just supposed to be like free write, whatever comes to your brains on paper. But I feel like I don't feel structured with that. Like I need like, not like a prompt, but like I need to know like what I'm focusing on almost. And I feel like part of me needs like just the free write.
I'm a free writer all day. I could pick up a notebook right now and just start.
Need to.
If you just give me a prompt, I could free write all day and like I'll be gone.
But see, like I feel like I need a prompt, but I feel like also I don't need a prompt. Like I just need to take whatever's on my brain and just put it on paper. That way it's not floating around in my brain.
Definitely.
And I've been, like I said, unpacking this one box that literally has all my notebooks in it. And when I tell you, like, I'll just buy a notebook just because it looks cool. Like, I'm so weird like that I've opened so many notebooks that are blank. And I'm like, oh, I can, like, fill this. Maybe I'll start writing. And then I'm like, oh, I don't know what to write about.
So I have that issue in this sense. Have you ever wanted to learn a new skill but feel like you don't have enough time to learn it?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Have you seen my YouTube channel lately? I haven't uploaded in like 3 months.
Touché.
You're asking the wrong person that question.
I feel like I always want to learn a new skill, and I just feel like I don't have enough time to learn it, and it drives me crazy. Like, I just wish I had more time.
I feel like that's actually weird coming from you because you'll listen to things like anywhere. I'll listen to stuff like mostly if I'm cleaning and all this stuff, I'll have it on the background, but you'll go around the house with AirPods on. You have it playing like when you're driving, going from a delivery to delivery, and he's like, oh, podcast, or like I'm in the car and I'm like, I need music.
Well, I want you to think of it like this. you've never really seen me learn, so you don't really understand how I learn. I'm a very hands-on learner.
I could see that.
I don't learn
I believe
from
it.
I don't learn from watching or listening. I like to have things on like that in the background to stimulate my brain and kind of give me like ideas and stuff. But I'm a very hands-on learner in a sense where like I can't. The hardest thing I had to do. I mean, I be getting lazy with tutorials. Like I don't download the project files that they have.
My eye just like twitched, like spazzed.
So I don't download the project files. I probably should.
Maybe.
But in those, what they do is they tend to like, give you step by steps in those tutorials. And the hardest thing for me to do is watch those. I have rewatched the same thumbnail tutorial video like 6 times to learn it. I feel like the last thumbnail I did, I missed a couple steps, but it looked pretty good.
If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
I've actually been very impressed with your Skillshare learning. Every time I look, you're watching something on Skillshare, and I'm like, dang, I've been telling myself I want to do something, and I have not been on Skillshare.
I love Skillshare. Skillshare, call me. We could work on something, Skillshare. Call me. I love y'all.
I want to. I don't know what I want to watch. I'd have to go through and see what they have, so I could be like, ooh. But
they got Canva courses.
Oh my god, I love
even though you
Canva.
don't really need it, but
I love Canva so much.
You never know.
Like every time I go on to like, because I'll make the Instagram posts for the podcast for Mondays on Canva, and I'll go through like the templates they have, and I'm not majority of them say paid. Like you have to have that. I don't know what they call it, Canva Premium. I don't know what they call it. That I've been debating on getting it. Because I look at some of the templates and I'm like, I want to use that so bad.
How much is the premium?
I don't know. I haven't actually looked into it.
We'll talk about it.
Sometimes I've been like looking and I'm like, dude, I want to do it. I really want to do it because oh my God. Some of them are so perfect for like what we're posting for that I click on it sometimes and it comes up with that weird background because you have to buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I literally get so mad and so sad and I'm like, oh,
it might be worth it. We'll talk about it.
I want to look into it so bad. Because I've also been on there trying to, plan some new merch designs because we definitely have to get on that because we haven't launched any new merch in so long that I've been messing around with Canva with merch stuff. But I feel like it would be not easy, but maybe a little better if I had like the premium. So I have like more options and I can like come up with something really good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, part of me is like, I just want to do it. And then part of me is like, no, I'm good enough with the free. Like I've been working this long. Like I've been doing pretty good. Plus we don't even make merch there. We make it on like a whole other website.
You can, if you have premium, you could download it as a transparency file and just send it to me and I could use that.
See, premium sounding better and better. But you'll see me like this.
Right, just buying it.
Buying it on the down low.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It might be a thing. We might have to get it. I definitely have to look into it.
Cool. Well, that's our mental health.
Nope.
Our question of the week is like, what's up with you guys?
I would say we've just described to you how we've been. How are you? Really? Like actually. If you don't want to comment, feel free to DM us. Let us know how you're doing.
Dude, okay.
DM us on literally any social media.
I'm going to come at y'all for a second.
Uh-oh.
Listen, we appreciate reaction requests, but our DMs, we want to use our DMs to like talk to you guys and get to know you guys better.
We have a Discord.
We have a Discord and our YouTube comments.
Join our Discord. Our Discord itself is pretty fun. Definitely join our Discord for that type of stuff. Even if you want to, you can even DM us on Discord. Like I kept saying, we are on so many social medias that you can talk to us, whether it be us individually or our Alyssa and Julian channel.
And honestly, like, don't feel like you have to talk to both. Like, if you relate to either of us more on a level, like, I'm not going to be offended if you relate to her more.
That's what I'm saying. If you're just talking to him, I'd be like, okay.
Right. If it's something, if you're more on the, like content creator side, you could DM me. If you're more on like the, maybe, I don't know, mom, hard worker, like 9 to 5 relation, that's more so her thing. Would you say that's accurate? Probably. Right. So on that level, you could probably relate to her with those things, but like, we don't get upset like at all. Mm-mm. Like, I would not be mad if someone was like, I'm sorry, Julian, I don't really relate to you.
And like, we don't even like, I don't know how to say it. Like, we don't really like talk about stuff like that too. Like, I think there was a someone the other day that messaged you, and I was like, oh, really? And you were like, yeah, he talks to me every now and then. And I was like, I didn't even know that. Like, that I just saw out of the blue and was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know who he talks to half the time.
Dude, all right, side note, I appreciate so much when, like, our viewers, people who watch
Oh my God, I
us,
love when people message me or, like, send me stuff because
And
it's, like, the little thing, and it's like, oh, like, this made me think of you, or, like, I'm gonna send it to you because you definitely, like, relate to this, and I'm like, oh my God,
or even just a casual, like, hey, how are you? Like, are you guys good? Like, how's things going? Because, like, a lot of times people just kind of just from creators in general, not us. I'm not talking about us, but a lot of times we just consume, we just take from our creators.
I love when people are randomly like, hey, like, how you doing? Because then it gives me the time to, like, stop and, like, actually just, like, think and, like, talk, and I'm like, wow, like, how am I doing?
Yeah,
like, I've been doing so much. Like, let me slow down for a second.
And that's the thing. And there's nothing wrong with taking and watching, because we put the content out there for you guys to watch it. Like, that's what it's there for.
Right.
But, like, when you guys kind of, like, you know, check on the creator, it goes so far for them.
It
trust
definitely,
me.
like, it
like,
throws me off.
I don't want to speak for
sometimes.
everybody, but for most of the ones I've talked to, like, they really appreciate it, because there's some people who are creators that I know that
They
really
need it.
Really, not just they need it, but they really, like,
Sometimes
they really thrive on their you know, interaction with their viewers. Like, and I know for a fact we're one of them, man, because, like, I can be having a awful day, but, like, one good comment, someone saying the right compliment
That's
to
what
me,
I'm saying.
the right
Sometimes
thing.
they need it. You don't know, but sometimes, like, they need it without knowing that they needed it.
I'm getting better at ignoring when people say the wrong thing, though. I'm getting better. I'm getting so much better. Are you
That's good
proud?
coming
Like,
from Julian.
I really, I'd be so petty,
I thought
bro.
I was the petty
Oh
one
my
sometimes.
goodness,
Nah,
bro.
he'd be on a whole nother level. I'd be like, dude, you can't say that.
If someone
and usually
responds-
it's honestly the other way around.
If someone responds to a bad comment, 9 times out of 10 it's me. Like, if you see a bad comment under one of our videos and someone responded, 9 times out of 10 it was me. Seriously, because, like,
I ain't ready for that fight.
yo, not even just that, but, like, I'd be ready for people, man, because first of all, like, I don't like when people feel like they could tell you how to make your videos.
Oh yeah.
Like, when people tell you how to make your content, like, that annoys me, like, 100%, you know? And don't take that as Julian doesn't like advice, because I love advice. I love, like, ideas on how to improve the videos. Like, and if you have them, please give them to me. In fact, it's so hard because every time I ask people, like, yo, how can I improve? People just are like, I don't know, you're great. Like, the videos are great. But that's because I put so much time and effort and energy into making the videos better. Like, especially the reactions. I put so much, like, just straight up, I'll be honest, just so much money is invested into because, like, reactions are hard to make better. Like, you know, they rely upon the video themselves being good. But what we can do to make our reactions better is make them look better. You know what I mean? So I invest in that to make them look better. But if you have an idea and, you know, you give me something that will help make them look better, I'm down 110%. But when you come at me and say, and you're disrespectful, this is trash, blah, blah, like, bro, just know, like, there are so many people who I don't respond to sometimes that I'm like, just know my finger's itching, bro. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there itching, bro. Like, it's just like my thumb
Types it out
twitching,
and
bro.
is trying so hard not to press send.
And there are so many times where I do type it out. Like, I really do type it out. But there's a voice in my
hit
head.
that back button instead of that send button.
You know what I'm gonna say? There's a voice in my head. Shout out to my guy, man. He always says, protect your energy. And that voice plays in my head. Protect your energy. I'm like, Julian, protect your energy. Protect your energy. Like, bro.
He's like, oh, I'm trying.
I don't want to expose him because I want to put him on the podcast so he can say that to y'all, because he needs to tell y'all this. But protect your energy, because, whoo, boy, I'll be ready. I'll be getting tight, bro. But I'm getting a lot better.
Like I said, that's good to come from Julian.
I'm getting a lot better because so many people, like, you know what it is? So many people just think that their way is the only way.
Oh, right.
Or they watch their favorite creator do things or do something one way, and they think everybody has to do it the way their favorite creator does, or it can't be done at all.
That's what makes people different. Like, you can't all do the same thing, or YouTube would be so boring.
Exactly. Well, and that's what
like.
so
What
that-
it wouldn't even be.
I'm glad
YouTube
you said
at
that.
point.
I'm glad you said that because literally there are so many comments about people saying Mr. Beastification is ruining YouTube because everyone wants to be Mr. Beast. Everyone wants to make videos like Mr. Beast, and there are people who saying that like we don't need
I
more
wish I could make
imitations of Mr.
videos
Beast.
like Mr. Beast, but like Mr. Beast is Mr. Beast for a reason.
Bro, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people are saying there are too many imitations out there of Mr. Beast. We don't need anymore. And people are creating videos to be like him. And he's like, dude, like he literally was just saying, he's like, honestly, sometimes I watch creators literally copy my idea and like word for word. And I'm like, maybe they should get roasted.
That's crazy.
He's like, maybe they should get roasted.
They take it and maybe put a twist.
And
I'd
that's
be
what
like,
he was saying. And that's what he was saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
but if you
yeah.
take it word for word, like that's crazy.
And that's why he's saying Mr. Beastification is ruining YouTube.
That's insane.
I'm not on that. I'm not subscribing to that. Like I don't subscribe to that mindset. Stop. I don't
Why do you
subscribe to
keep
that
saying
mindset. I don't think anything right now is ruining YouTube personally. What I do think, I think it's YouTube for a reason. And I believe that creators who copy other creators just to copy them are going to be exposed by the audience.
I mean, at that point, they should be exposed.
No, but because copying you isn't sustainable. You know what I mean? Like it's not sustainable. Like if I copy you, I can't keep that up forever. Like how long do you think I could just make the exact same video you make? And I can't get famous off of making the exact same video you make and then be in the public eye still making the exact same video you make without someone noticing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And people pick up on that so fast you don't even know.
Exactly.
You'll be like 3 words in and they'll be like, copy.
Right. It's not sustainable. Like his strategies maybe are useful, but copying other people just isn't.
See, because like I feel like my channel, if you go on there, there's definitely things people have done. It's just because it's you, like it's different. Like I had the labor and delivery story. A bunch of people have posted a labor and delivery story, but I'm not going to have it like someone else did word for word. Like that's almost impossible.
Right.
And then like I had like a pregnancy Q&A. Like people could be asking the same questions, but I'm not going to have the same answer as them.
Well, let me tell you this. So a lot of people have made videos. I got chased by an FBI agent. An FBI agent chased me. A lot of people have made that video. I got
hunted by them.
I got hunted by the FBI. A lot of people made that video, right? But the pace of the video is different. The flow of the video is different. The set of the video is different.
Their ideas and all this stuff, but like I said, it should have a little twist so that way it divides. Like that's his video and this is yours.
I don't even know how we got on this topic.
I feel like this went from mental health to like just rant. This is our mental health rant.
Yo, we just had a lot of things frustrating us and we just need to get it out.
We needed to get it out. So like I said, I needed to write. Apparently we just needed to talk. Apparently not even to each other, just to you guys. Just yell at you guys.
Stop copying Mr. Beast. Protect your energy right now.
There's this one person that's like, I feel attacked.
Yo, literally.
Just kidding.
Literally, bro. Literally. All right. With that being said, though, we're gonna stop yelling at you guys. I feel like
I think I got it all off my chest.
Yeah, I feel like we got a lot accomplished today. I feel like we said a lot.
We definitely said a lot.
Do you have anything you want to say to add to this podcast?
I think we'll stop it there.
I will say this. Send love, man. You never know who needs it. You never know what people are going through. Because I bet y'all probably saw pictures of us. Y'all probably saw us living it up in playlists. Y'all didn't know your boy was stressed out. Y'all didn't know your boy was over there with this beautiful hotel room with $5 in his pocket, though. Y'all didn't know your boy couldn't get a candy bar at the store.
It was so nice because we were going we were going through all that, and he had mentioned the what's it called? Black Magic. What is it?
Black Magic Design.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
We met them at Playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're like flying in, going through this whole thing with the move, stressing out, all this stuff. Like if you saw us, we were probably like so flustered. Like like we were so flustered moving in. We were so flustered checking into the hotel when we got down to Florida. The first day we were there, I literally lost my ID.
Dude.
Literally. Like I lost my ID.
The even crazier part about that, she didn't lose her ID. I lost her ID. That was the crazier part about that.
Like I went to go buy a drink and I was like, okay, I guess I'm not because I don't have my ID. Like
I lost her ID because I was using it to check into the hotel because they needed the IDs of everyone in the room. I didn't take it back from the lady. I didn't even realize that because we were so flustered with all the traveling we were.
It was so crazy.
I forgot my camera. I forgot my camera battery
charger, and his battery was dead.
And my battery was dead.
We were.
I put the camera in the bag with the camera on, bro. The camera was on when I put it in the bag.
He was so mad when he took it out.
I was like, bro, come on.
Just the first couple hours of being there, like it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough. Then I was kind of not stressing, but I was thinking like the heat up here and Florida heat are two different heats. So I'm wondering how the baby's going to adapt to it, because he's a type where if he gets hot and clammy and sweaty, like he gets cranky.
He was really good on that.
So he was so good. So I'm sitting there wondering, like, we're sitting outside for like a brunch almost when we first got in, checked in, we went to go get food. That's when I realized I lost my ID. Then he's sitting there like half trying to sleep, half just chilling, and I'm like, dang, if we sit outside, like, is he gonna get hot? He's gonna get cranky. He's gonna be screaming through this hotel going through. Like, I was so like, all of that's going through my mind, because then I'm like, if we sit in on these events, like, he's gonna be the one screaming in the background, like they're gonna kick me out, like all this stuff. Worse?
And then me being me, because I'm like, dude, I only go to Playlist once a year. I need this video to be perfect. I'm literally all over Facebook Marketplace. Camera battery. You got a camera battery. Oh my God,
charger. He literally almost shipped one to the hotel from Best Buy. Like, he was like, oh, if I go buy Uber and go pick it up. And I was like, can we not, like, that's just too much in this trip. Like, what the heck?
I literally almost bought a camera right then and there. Like, as I'm telling you guys how broke we were.
Proud that he actually just filmed the whole thing on his phone. Like, he's like, oh, if I buy an Uber, then I can get there, pick up this battery, Uber back, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what?
I just gave up because I got to the point where I was like, it's not even worth it. I gave up. And honestly, that video did really well. It came out really well.
So good. Like, you probably won't even think that it was all on his phone. Like, I think he mentioned it in the video, but if he didn't mention it, like, would you have noticed?
Yeah, it came out so good. It was fire.
Especially with the edits, like, I was like, whoa.
It was fun. And even, filming when I got back home and everything, like, I filmed it with the not so good camera when we got back, and I made it look good.
Not so good camera.
As that camera, like, died out while we were recording this podcast.
It literally died, fell over. It's given us some rough times, this podcast episode, but it makes me look like a zombie, so it's fine.
Anyway. All right, guys.
Like one regardless.
We're out of here, man. We hope y'all enjoyed this episode. If you did, smash the like button, leave us a 5-star review, leave us a comment on one of these podcast sites. But we're out of here. Keep grinding, keep chasing your dreams. Remember, nothing with that because easy to be out.